San Francisco minted Susan B. Anthony. You can tell it was minted in San Francisco because of the S mint mark located to the left of the portrait of Susan B. Anthony. Proof coins are rarely found in circulation unless someone were to open up a proof set. This does happen, it's just not very common. A proof coin is a coin pressed with dies that are well polished and nowadays laser etched. That's why there's so much contrast between the field and the relief or the raised parts of the coin. This dollar coin was graded a perfect 70, but it's far from perfect. You don't have to have 20/20 eyesight to see what looks like a fingerprint smudge along the hair of Susan and the fingerprint under the motto of In God We Trust. This is why you always want to handle your collectible coins by holding the edges. Luckily, the fingerprints were left alone and no attempt was made to clean this coin. Cleaning has a huge impact on the value of a collectible coin. A perfect 70 deep cameo rating for a coin jacks up the value significantly. But there's another feature of this dollar coin that adds even more value. The 1981S Susan B. Anthony has two slightly different mint marks. The Type 1 mint mark began to be less defined because of die wear. Sometime during autumn of 1981, a new mint mark was punched. The new S mint mark was much clearer with distinct bulbous serifs. You can see the difference between the two mint marks right here. The Type 2 Susan B is more rare, and it's estimated that about 16% of the 1981 Susan B population is the Type 2 mint mark. This Type 2 1981S Proof 70 Deep Cameo Susan B. Anthony dollar sold at auction for over $5,400. You really need to pay attention to this one. I've actually found one of these while searching dollar coins a few years back. This is a 1979 Philadelphia minted Susan B. Anthony dollar. In the later part of 1979, the Susan B. Anthony dollar had the border redesigned to make it look better according to PCGS. This variety hasn't been discovered on any of the 1979 Denver minted dollar coins, and it's relatively rare to find on the 1979 Philadelphia minted dollar coins. Here's what you need to look for. First, look for the P mint mark on your 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar. Then take a look at the date to see how close it is to the border. The rare variety is the wide rim variety, also called the near date variety. You can tell the difference by the spacing between the date and the rim of the coin. The rim and the date are almost touching on the wide rim variety. The wide rim variety adds a nice premium to your coin. In grade 40, the wide rim dollar is worth about $12, and the higher the grade, the more it's worth. Here's a 1979 Philadelphia minted Susan B. Anthony dollar.